Hi there guys, my name's Jacob and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to give you an insight into what a typical month of bills and expenses looks like for me. So the numbers that I've got are from July of 2023 and this is just an average month for me in terms of bills. And this should give you an insight into what I usually spend from month to month. So let's start with the biggest expense that I had last month, which is of course my mortgage, which was a grand total of £408. Now, I don't know whether this sounds cheap to you or expensive to you. I'd imagine it's on the lower end, but this was what my mortgage was when I was at my previous property. If you've watched my channel recently, you'll know that I've moved house. So this figure is no longer relevant to my expenses. This has actually increased substantially. And for the following videos that I make, I'm going to do this video every single month. But from in the future, this figure of £408 will increase substantially because my mortgage at my new property has more than doubled. So yeah, this is going to cost me a lot more in the future. But for last month, it cost me £408. And for the last 7 years, this is what it has cost me. So that was an average typical figure that I was used to paying for my mortgage. Food costs, I've estimated at about £100 a week. And when I say food, I mean like supermarket costs that pays for food, toiletries, and just all that type of stuff that you would get on a weekly basis from a supermarket. I've estimated that at about £100 a week, so £400 for the month. I think this is pretty standard for me. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's a little more, but on average, I've looked back over a few months and I can see about £100 a week is average for my kind of food grocery bill. Council tax for me is £164. It was this at the old property and it will be £164 at the new property as well. So that is a standard cost that will not be changing. Water costs £21.50. I was on a water meter at the old property and I'm still on one at the new one. So this cost should not change. It's only me and my wife living in the new house and it was only me and my wife living at the old house. So our habits have not changed. So I don't expect this figure for water usage to change all that much. So £21.50 for water. Energy costs, this is for electric and gas. We currently pay Octopus Energy £88.46 a month. Now, obviously it's summertime. I'm filming this in August. So that figure is more than we spend in a typical month. As it's quite warm at the moment, we're spending very little on gas. So most of our bill at the moment is just electric. And we certainly don't spend anywhere near £88 a month in electric. So our monthly bills at the moment are much lower than that and we're building up credit on our account. But obviously come the winter time, when the gas bill gets a lot higher because the heating is then on, then that £88 a month is required to make sure that we're covering our full bill. And obviously the credit we've built up through the summer also helps to keep the costs down as well for, like I say, the electric and gas through the winter. But for now, £88 a month is pretty standard. It's been like that for a while, and that certainly that seems to keep our account ticking over. We never owe, a substantial amount of money, and like I say, most of the time we are actually in credit. If you'd like to switch to Octopus Energy, I will leave a link down in the description of this video. If you switched from any provider to Octopus Energy, you can get £50 free credit as soon as your account is opened with them. And at the moment, this is a great thing to use because most people are stuck on a standard rate. No matter what company you are with, you'll be on the same rate as everybody else. So switching to another company, although you may not get a better rate, because you're just going to be on the same rate you were on before, it's worthwhile switching to get the £50 free credit. So if you'd like to do that, like I say, head down into the description down below and I'll leave my referral link there if you'd like to switch. Home insurance has been £5.74. So that's really low. That's been like that for around a year or two now. But I recently did a quote for the new house and that is going to be increasing. So I'll cover that in further videos. But usually £5.74 is what I spend for house insurance. I subscribe to an Apple subscription plan. It is the Apple One Premier plan. So I get things like Apple TV, Apple Music, I get fitness stuff, I get news and magazines, things like that. And I share this with, it's a family plan. So I share it with my wife, I share it with her parents, and I think I share it with my brother as well. But this costs me £32.95 a month. So to be honest, for the amount I use it, I think it is worthwhile paying that. And like I say, I share it with family members as well. So on that basis, I think it's well worth it. Would it be worth it if I only had it for myself? Probably not. I think that is quite expensive for one person. But for a family, it's not too bad. I use the Apple TV a lot. I use the music a heck of a lot. And I do like using the function for the news articles. My wife uses it for the fitness app. So overall, I think that is a good subscription to have. It is actually the only thing I subscribe to in terms of Netflix, Disney, all that type of stuff. I don't subscribe to any of those. I just subscribe to Apple. In the month of July, I paid a £4 account fee for my Santander account. It's just like a maintenance fee for the account, but I don't mind paying it because I always earn more through that account than I actually end up paying. So for the month of July, I earned £9.50 in cash back, but the account charged me £4. So overall, I'm up £5.50. So like I say, normally I would not recommend bank accounts to anyone with a fee because most of the time they're not worth the fee. But for the Santander account that I have, the £4 fee I don't mind paying because like I say, I never actually pay it. It covers itself through the cashback that I get. Sky TV and internet, for the last year, and like I say, last month, I paid £58. I've been paying £58 for the last year, every month with Sky. But as of next month, that will be changing because I've cancelled that subscription service because they wanted to raise my bill from £58 to £96 for the exact same service, which to me was a complete rip-off. And I thought, I'm not doing that. So I phoned them, asked them to lower it, asked them for a better deal. And the best they could come up with was £74. So still a massive increase on what I'm normally paying for the same service. So in the end, I've cancelled that. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, but I will be taking out a new service. Maybe just broadband only, I'm not sure. But I will be taking out a new service with another provider. So I'll update you in a future video what that is. But normally for TV and broadband, I pay £58 a month. Mobile plans, we just use SIM-only deals. So I have a SIM-only deal and my wife has one. And together we pay Sky Mobile £12 a month. So that's £6 per plan. I'm quite happy with this. I get quite a lot of data for that. Free calls, unlimited text, you know, all that normal stuff. Like I say, £6 a month for each phone. I don't mind paying it all. We paid for our phones up front in cash, so there's no cost, like monthly cost for the phones that we have. We just paid them off as soon as we bought them. They're not brand new phones, they're a couple of years old, but we're more than happy to keep phones for quite a while, to be honest. We're not the type of people who swap our phones every year. The last phone I had before I changed it to the one I'm using now, which is an iPhone 12, I think. But the one I had before that, I think I had for about 6 years. And I think that was like an iPhone 6 or 7, something like that. So as you can see, we're not people that change our phones very often, and we're quite happy with that. I've put down £60 for fuel for our cars. Now that again is an average. I've looked back over previous months, and £30 for my wife's car and £30 for my car more than covers the journeys we do in a typical month. So like I say, £60 for fuel seemed about right. And I've got to say, that is it for bills for us. That is it for expenses, bills. That is what we pay in a typical month. There are other bills we pay at different points in the year, such as a TV licence, such as car insurance, things like that. But those are not bills that we pay in a typical month, because we normally pay them off in full in whatever month they drop. So for instance, our car insurance drops in March, and I just pay my car insurance and my wife's in full in one payment, so it doesn't cost us a monthly fee. So I will obviously update you on those in future videos as to what they cost. But for a typical month, our bills and expenses cost us a grand total of £1,254. That is it for our monthly expenses. And let me know down in the comments what you think to that figure, £1,254. Do you think that's high? Do you think that's low? Do you think that's about average? Let me know what you pay for your monthly bills. I'll be really interested to know. It's nice to compare what I spend to what you spend, and just kind of have a little back and forth on that, see where we stand. But I'll be really interested to know how you compare to me. So yeah, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Now, like I say, our bills will be increasing. We have just moved house, and we've borrowed quite a lot more money for that house. So as I mentioned, our mortgage will be more than doubling. Our mortgage payment will be more than doubling. So in terms of that £1,254 figure, last month is going to be the cheapest month I have had for a long time to come now, because that figure will be going up substantially. It'll be probably a lot closer to £2,000 a month. But the figure of 1,200 is a figure that has been very typical for us for the last 5 to 7 years whilst we lived in our old house. It was a new build property. Our bills were very low. We're not kind of lavish people anyway. We don't spend a lot. I'm a very frugal person. My wife less so, but my frugal habits have definitely rubbed off on her over the years. So together I would describe us as quite a minimalist, frugal couple. And I do believe our bills reflect that, to be honest. But like I say, it's very interesting to find out what you think. So please let me know in the comments down below. Now, that's it for today, guys. That is a typical month of expenses and bills for my lifestyle. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe to my channel. And guys, I'll catch you in the next one.